Hello, it's Sally here at Dotty B. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be working on my second vessel for the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, volume 5, I think it is, the 6th prompt, I think that's right. And I have already made my little orts pot, which I'm very pleased about. I've just noticed a little bit of stray thread there. I've just snipped that off, so I've already done that one. Which I'm using already, and I'm going on to my next one. Now I've got the 3-sided one, and I decided I was going to do a 4-sided one and a 5-sided one. So I've gone straight on to my 5-sided vessel, which is a bowl, and I have drawn out my pentagon. This was just one that I googled pentagon template, and this one came up. I think it's what is it? It's 3. It's got 3-inch sides. This one has. And then what I did was I was going to have a narrower, more upright bowl, but it wasn't sitting right. So what I've done is I cut out the base, and I cut out 5 sides. And then what I did was, with one of the sides, I got this hoop here and just used it to create a curve, so that when my bowl is all attached, it will kind of be like this. So then what I did was I thought about my construction. I'm just going to bring in what I've done, because I have already started my bowl, and I've got one more piece to do, which I'm doing with you, but I thought I would kind of show you, it would help me explain what I'm doing. So this is my bowl that I've done so far. I have used the base, and I cut out two pieces of cardboard for my base, and I stuck it down. I'm going to show you how I did it all, because I'm going to do the last side. I embroidered this on first of all. These are just little bits of doilies, and this is a tablecloth. This is from a doily. That's from a doily, the edge off a doily. This was just a little piece that was in a pack of offcuts that I bought. It was a square piece, and I've just gone and needle turned the plique all the way around it. That one I just whip stitched on, and that one I needle turned, and then I did some decorative stitching around it. And then this is off a doily, and a couple of Suffolk puffs that I'd already got made, which I thought would make a nice side. So stitched those on. Then I glued my fabric to the cardboard and stitched around the edge, and I'll show you how I did that. I've done that with all of them because it makes a really neat stitch, and I don't think I would have got such straight lines if I'd have sewn the piece first and then tried to attach it to my cardboard. So although I did stitch through cardboard, and I've probably blunted one of my needles, it's I like how it's turned out. So what I did was I needed 2 pieces of cardboard for the base, and then I needed 2 pieces each for my size. So I needed 2 of that, and then 10 of those in cardboard. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for a moment and show you how I did it. So that's going to be my back piece. As you can see, my back pieces was all made up of vintage linens in all different colours, and that's going to be the last one to go on there once it's stitched, and then it will just pull my bowl to a little bit. So that's kind of my bowl that I'll have. And also the cardboard kind of makes it a little bit rigid, and although it's not going to be washable or anything like that, I like the rigidity of it, which I felt wouldn't do because I was going to use felt as my insert, but I just didn't feel it was strong enough. So that's why I've gone for cardboard. Let me just pop that out of the way. So what I did was I cut 10 pieces of this one, 2 of the base, and then I stuck all of the backing pieces down because I wasn't going to embroider that. I knew I wasn't going to embroider that. So I'm going to show you how I do that in a moment. And then obviously this is the piece for putting my decorative stitching on. So I've got a few more bits here that just to give you ideas. This is the one I'm going to use, which is a corner of a napkin, a little embroidered corner of a napkin, but I had a little bit of a doily there because I thought I might have done that, and a little bit of a flower, maybe that flower, or I've got that flower as well, but those all kind of got put aside because that's, oh, there's a Suffolk puff as well there, because I thought that would look so pretty. So that's what I'm going to use. So first of all, what I did with the others was just trim round. I gave a generous border. I will needle turn applique this onto my fabric. I'm going to leave a fairly generous border all the way around, just to give it a little bit of contrast in the fabric as well, because it's a creamy fabric and I'm putting it onto a white fabric. If you look at this, this is a cream fabric with white, and that was a white one with cream. That was a little bit more creamy than the white. And that one there, that's a cream with a white on top. I just thought the contrast looked really good. So there we go, there's the piece. I'll keep that for something else. I'm just going to see how it looks on here. So it's going to go something like that. Obviously it's not going to go on this side because I've drawn on this and I don't want my pencil line to be shown. So what I'm just going to do is carefully along that line, just finger press it, just so that I can see when I turn it over a guide as to where I need to position. There you go, you can just see the outlines. So that means I can position my embroidery to make it central. There's something there that will give me plenty of room to stitch around it. So I'm just going to pin that on. Like so. So the first thing that I did was got my needle and thread, and I'm just going to start with a white thread so that I can get it attached. It's not threading. Let's try this side. Okay. And then I just take a little bit at a time and just going to finger press it down a little bit just so that it starts to fold over. I'm just going to catch the edge and go all the way around. So how are you all today? I hope you're all well and finding time to stitch your own pieces, whether you're taking part in this challenge or another challenge or working on your own pieces. I was going to say it's a lovely day here today, but it was this morning, but the sun's gone in now. It's all clouded over. I don't know if we'll forecast rain today or not. It would be nice if it was dry because I've just pegged my washing out. I'm hoping to get it dry. I've not been able to do any for the last couple of days because it's been so wet. the Right, I'm just trying to tuck that under a little bit more. I just want smooth lines. I don't want anything too sharp. It doesn't have to, I'm not going for any shape, but I just want it to kind of smoothly go round the embroidery. Which that's not working very well at all. Let's try again. I'm going to take that out now. That just seems to be way out. I'm not sure what's happening there. It's not I don't think I've cut it quite how I wanted it to go round. Let's try and I think I've been a little bit too generous with my my border in that part. A little bit of a fold there. I think I've done it. Yeah. You can see how it's kind of, how I've been stitching it, I've kind of probably pulled it out of shape a little bit, but once it's stuck down onto the cardboard, it'll be fine. It won't matter at all. But this bit I do have to do just on the fabric, because I wouldn't be able to be awkward to do it with the cardboard there as well. But I found when I've been doing the other stitches, it's been really having the cardboard underneath has kind of made my stitches really straight, and I don't know, it was just so easy. Although you know, you've got to stab through the cardboard. Apart from that, it was it made stitching all of the straight lines really, really simple. Oops. This desk is not big enough for the both of us. Let me just pop it over there a little bit. I'm just going to see how it will join up, something like that. Perfect. over at the beginning. Yeah, you can see how I've manipulated it. It's kind of pushed some of the fabric out of kilter, but it will be okay. It happened when I did the others, so I know it's going to be okay. Just needs a little bit of a stretch. Fine. Okay, so that's that. And then I need my piece of cardboard, my trusty glue, which I'm going to just do all over. Pop it on here, using this as a guide. So we'll just have a look and see. I just need it over a little bit. It's gone a bit too far over. Start again. Okay, let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. We'll go there. Okay, then along that bottom line and pull that fabric up. Just need to glue those bits down that one. Glue that bit down. Oops, just needs a little bit more glue. That one. I'm just kind of pulling at the same time just to try and get it nice and taut. Okay, and then there's this one here. So I'm going to go along with my glue, although you could do this after because I've got to cut it. Probably should have done it afterwards. So snip in the middle, and then once, twice that side, and once, twice that side up to the cardboard. And then you just pull those over and they will stick because of the angle of the shape. That it'll always go inside, so you shouldn't need to cut those bits. They should go inside like that. Okay, so that's that bit there. We've got our shape. Then what will happen is once I've embroidered, I will glue again, stick those down, and just go all the way around, and then I'll be able to attach it in. So I'm going to show you how I stitch on the cardboard. Again, I've got this. This is the needle that I've been using, and if it gets blunt by the end, it gets blunt, and that's fine. I've got plenty more, and I will replace it with a new one. But I just thought it would be worth it for the straightness and the effect that it gives. So on my others, I've done a bright pink, which I've used in the centre as well. I've done a bright yellow, a bright green. I've done a bright peach, which are all these colours here. Yellow, and then I'm going to, I'll pick 1, 2, 3, 4, that's right. And I've got some blues, and I know that blue would probably be the better blue, but I kind of want to go for the bright blue just to keep it bright. I'm just going to have a look and see if I've got anything in between, because while I like that one, it doesn't really go. It's about the same, isn't it? I've got loads of blues, but nothing. Oh, hang on. It's probably the same. Right, there's nothing else that's standing out. Oops. Let's have a look at that one. That one's quite nice. I'm going to go for that one. It's just kind of a little bit in between. See, it's already coming in handy already to put my threads in, and it's not even finished yet. So I have done all of my stitching, embroidery stitching with 2 strands. I use one and then I double it over. I have just somehow knotted that. I put a knot in that. Is that a knot? I think it is. Never mind. Yeah, there's a knot there. What on earth did I do there? Right, I haven't. Okay, I'm just thinking to myself, is it bright enough? Should I go for that? That will give more. Where's that other one? I'm going to go, I know, I'm going to change my mind. But that's what we can do, can't we? We can change our minds. It's, you know, once it's stitched, it's stitched. So if you need to change your mind, you need to change your mind sometimes. If something's telling you it's not right, then it probably isn't right. That one's going to be better. Yeah. So I'm not doubling this over because it's quite a short length. It had already been cut off. We will get to stitching in just a moment, as soon as I have stopped faffing around. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go, oh, hang on, let me just think. Right, what I want to do is, some of these I've put French knots, some I've put little, I don't know what you'd call that. I think it's like a buttonhole stitch, but the reverse buttonhole stitch, you know, I don't know. I think it's some kind of buttonhole stitch. And that one there was a satin back stitch, and then I've gone and done almost like a flower on. And that one there, I just sewed, well, I did the, like just a whip stitch maybe, and then back stitch round it. So with this one, I'm going to back stitch around, sorry, I'm forgetting all of my stitches, and then I'm going to do, I like this one here, I'm going to do this one again. I think I like that one. I think that will look nice with the blue. Yeah, this is definitely the right colour. So all I'm doing is stitching through. Now usually when you stitch through paper or card, you have to be careful, because once you've made your hole, you've made your hole. It's not like fabric is forgiving and the hole will self-heal. Ow, just send my fingers to the thing. But because it's covered in fabric and nobody's going to see the back, it doesn't matter if, you know how sometimes when you're doing this and look, you're kind of trying to find the right place to put your needle, bring your needle up. It doesn't matter if you make loads of holes, because nobody is going to see it. So I'm going to back stitch all the way around. I'm back stitching onto the background fabric. I'm not sewing onto this. You can do, but I'm not, but because it's already been attached with the white thread. So although it is, you know, it's not as easy as sewing with just fabric, but it's not hard. It's fine. I'm quite enjoying it actually. It brings back memories. You know, when you had those when you were little and you had those sewing cards. Can you remember? And they had like shoelaces. And I'm saying when you're little, but my children had them as well. They had a set all the through. We had one set that kind of did all 4 children, and we've probably still got it somewhere up in the loft. Because I can't remember getting rid of it, and I do remember it always being with every child had it, and it had, one would have a car, and you'd sew around the edge of the car. What else was there? I can't remember. Maybe a cake. I think one was a cake that you sewed around the edge of the cake with. There was about 6 different cards, and then 6 laces, and I always remember having to spend time when you like packing the toys away and everything at the end of the day, untangling them all so that they could do it all again another day. So yeah, that's what it kind of it's a bit like that. Except swap shoelaces for a needle. But the straightness of your stitch, you know, you can get your stitches really straight, I suppose, because you've got a flat surface to work on rather than, you know, like floppy fabric. Although saying that, I suppose it's like, I mean, I don't use a hoop, so I suppose it's like when you use a hoop, you probably get a lot more straight stitches if you use a hoop as to just sewing on fabric. Because you've got that tension, tautness, whatever it is. So I tell you what I'm going to do, I think, rather than you watch me do all of this. So I'm going to go round the whole way in backstitch. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish off just because there is a reason why. I can't go I can't go that way and do it for some reason. I have to go that way and do it when I do the little loops on the top. I don't know why, it's just how my brain is working. I've got another knot, but hey ho. Okay, so then I'm going to just, I suppose you could draw this, but I'm kind of visualizing it in my mind's eye, a little archway, if you like, or a little semicircle. It takes about 5 stitches, I think it is. So I'm going 1, 2, 1 at the top, and then 1, 2 over. Yeah, like that. And then start again. So just visualising it. 1, 2, going out the thread, 1 at the top, but I'm not measuring them. I'm not measuring them. They'll just be whatever they are. They're roughly the same size, but they're not going to be perfect. So like that. So what that was a, you grab a pencil, so you've got your line, and then it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 stitches to make your curve. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I'll do is I'm going to do some off camera, just because you don't want to sit and watch me just do that. So I'm going to finish that off. And finish the bumps off, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me just finish here. I'm just going to show you what I do to the edges. Again, it really is just a back stitch all the way around, and I've done it for all of them, all of the sides. Just go round the whole way. What am I doing? So just starting in one corner, and going just a couple of millimeters in from the edge, and just back stitching. all the way around. Like that. So I'm going to go and finish that off camera, and then I will be back to show you how I construct the rest of it and pop it all together. Okay, see you in a bit. Right, I'm back. I've now finished doing my embroidery. So I've gone all the way round and gone round the stitchery. As you can see, it's not level at all, but that's kind of what I was going for. So now what I need to do is glue the two pieces together. So again, just with a glue stick. It should match up. Okay, yep, perfect. Just thinking where's my needle? Put it away. Then with just some white sewing cotton, I'm going to go all the way around the edge. And join them together. So I'm just going to hide my knot in one of the folds. Okay, and then just, you can do, I'm just going to do a whip stitch. You can do a ladder stitch if you don't want your stitches to be seen, but the way this all is sewn, you can't really see them anyway. So all I'm doing is just picking a little bit from the sides. Oops, a daisy. I'm really pleased with the blue that I chose. I think it works really well with the stitchery, the little vintage stitchery that's on there. I think this is definitely my, apart from my Huswith, this is my favourite project. This bowl of all of the ones that we've done. I think. I mean, my Huswith is definitely my favourite. I absolutely love that. But this is my second favourite. And it's going to come in so useful to, I think, put a project in and just have it sitting on my desk. It can get a little bit tough, especially near the corners where the fabric is a little bit thicker. Like I say, my needle's probably quite blunt by now because I've been using it on the cardboard, but I'm going to use it to finish off this project, and then I'll probably get a new one. I'm trying just to pick up the fabric rather than go through the cardboard, but it doesn't always work like that, especially here, because it matches up quite well, but there is a slight difference in height of the, it's not quite matching up for some reason. feel as though my thread's too long. That one's not gone through one of the pieces. What's going on? It's got caught. So I think I'm just going to go all the way through now and not switch off my camera again. So if you're getting bored just watching me put these together, just fast forward a little bit to get to the next part. But I'm just going to keep on stitching because I've only got a couple more sides to do. Ooh, it gets a bit tricky on these bits. Started to ache. So when you're filming, you're kind of holding your piece a little bit further away from you than you usually would. I'd be holding it much closer to me if I was doing it off camera, but because I'm trying to keep it in view, I'm having to hold it a little bit away from me. Oh, the sun's coming out. Just see it shining across my desk. Or over that way anyway. I don't think it's in the shot. I don't get the sun until in this room until later on in the day. It's I think it's, I'm not sure what way. I'm just trying to think what way I'm facing. As in north, south, east, west. I'm not sure, but it's the last. Oh, east is over there. It's got to be north. I think I'm north facing. Okay, and on to the last side. Not too much longer. Oops, I think I've just come undone. Unthreaded rather. Okay, last few stitches for this bit. Okay, this is where the the fabric's a little bit thicker because of the corners. It's harder to pick up. Get through. Just a couple of knots. Okay, that's that done. So that's all together. That's my side done. And now I need to attach it to my bowl. So again, just with white thread. I'll get some fresh. Can't remember whether I used 2 or 1 strand. I'll use 2 for this one, but I can't remember what I used. So I'm going to do the base first. It can get a little bit tricky once the base is on, then it starts to get a little bit tricky. But and again, it's just sewing through. I think I did do 2 strands actually, because I'm kind of tightening this up as I'm going along. I was watching Christine from Create and Craft with Christine. It wasn't last night, I think it was the night before, because she's just put a video out of her pentagon box. She's done a pentagon one as well, but completely different, as all of the creators, you know, do. You get an idea, and it might be the same idea as in a pentagon box or bowl, pentagon bowl, but they turn out completely different. Hers have got lovely, cute little, I think they're called gumnut children print fabric on hers, which is, I think, is a traditional Australian flower or plant. I don't really know much about it because we don't have it in this country, or not as far as I'm aware. We haven't. I've only recently heard about it from the Australian makers. But yeah, really cute fabric anyway, and she's done her little bowl. But completely different. There's definitely lots of ideas out there. Ouch! Ow, 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 ow. I've just finished watching Sarah's video as well. She's doing a bowl. But kind of like a round bowl with lovely, I'm reading, with lovely fabrics, and again, completely different. Right, I'm trying not to bleed on my piece because what on earth have I done there? Look at that. I don't know what I've done there. That's from sewing it before. Right, okay then, I'll see if I can catch that. I don't know what I've done there. Apologies if you can see the blood from my finger. Trying not to bleed everywhere. I did actually cut myself, stab myself when I was actually sewing this yesterday, and I did get a spot of blood on one of the things, and I had to go and wash it. I had to be careful because it's got fabric inserts, so I can't really immerse it in water, but I did go and I did manage to wash it off. Right, so I'm going up. It is a little bit tricky because I'm working with a rigid structure. And also I'm trying not to use my finger trying to keep those together. Hopefully have enough thread to do just this little bit, and then I can do the other side with a fresh piece. Try and pull it slightly just to keep it taut. Right. Okay. Let's just try and do a couple of stitches here. And a knot. And one more. Okay, that's that side done. Right, last one. Moving it. I'm moving it towards myself. Let me try and sit forward a little bit. I don't think that one caught. Oh, it did. Right, we are nearly there. A few more stitches to go, and we have our next vessel. And again, just a couple of stitches just to make sure there's no weak spot. And one more knot. And there we have it. A little basket that I can put my threads and my little project when I have one, my next project, or whatever I want to do. So I'm really pleased with that. I love it. I love how that's turned out. So pretty. So that's that. hope you've enjoyed watching me do my next vessel. I've got one more to do, so we've got 2 weeks left, so I've still got another one to do, which is going to be more square. I think it's going to be oblong actually, but we'll see. I might change my mind when I have a think about what I'm actually going to do to it. I have no idea at the moment what I'm going to do, so but I'm really happy with this one. It's one of my favourite pieces that I've made over this last 6 months, so yeah, really happy with that. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.